libera, come noi.
Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to Italy.
Thank you. It's our first time ever.
Yes, it's the first time. So, have you had a chance to look around a bit? No.
We arrived, we stepped out of the bus into the venue, and now we're here. So no sightseeing this time, but hopefully we can come back very soon and see more of this beautiful place.
Yeah, because you will play in Bologna too, on July. Yeah. So you will try to take a look around.
Yes, that's a goal. Love to. We will want to.
So let's talk about how you start. I mean, it's like just like anything for us in Italy with Manatee, which is kind of strange. You know, a rock band that goes international from Italy. Basically, it's the same. I mean, someone can think it's the same for a Mexican band. So how you started? I mean, I know you're sisters, but when was the time that you decided, okay, now we're playing with instruments, now we form a band?
So since we were young, we loved music. We grew up in a very musical environment. Our parents loved music, so we always grew up listening to music. But we started playing the piano when we were really young. But I think it was when our parents bought us a video game, the Rock Band. We played all the time. We loved playing. We spent all of our free time playing. So Danny got inspired from that video game, and she decided to play guitar, Pat with the drums. Eventually, I picked up the bass, and then we played individually, and we thought like, oh, we can learn songs together. So we started learning our favorite songs, and we uploaded covers to YouTube. And the one viral was the Enter Sandman cover. And after that, we started doing our own music, and from the other, like,
10 years later, it's been quite a ride. Yes.
Yeah, and then you ended up in the Rock Band too, the Rock Band 4.
Yes, we're the Rock Band 4. It was a very full circle dream come true moment.
And even talk about the Enter Sandman theme. I mean, then you've been included into the Metallica blacklist for the 30th anniversary of the Black Album. How was that? I mean, how did it work? You get a phone call from the management, or what?
You know, it's crazy how that happened, because we started with Enter Sandman, like, I don't know how many years ago on that cover. But yes, their management of the project contact our management. And we also share the same international management with Alessia Cara. And we did that collaboration along with her for the Metallica Blacklist album. And it was a dream come true. It was insane. We loved to work on it. And to include Alessia's sound, our sound, and of course, keep Metallica's iconic sound and song as best as we could. Because they wanted a version of it, not just like a straight up cover. And we're like, how do you change a song like Enter Sandman? But we're super happy with how it turned out.
And we were talking about the theme with two Mexican. And I was wondering, is actually, no one usually thinks Mexico or Latin America countries like rock countries. Actually, they're really rock countries.
Yeah.
And I really got into this documentary from Netflix, which is called Rock on Todo. And I was like, it's mind-blowing.
Yes, Latin America loves rock. We have such a rock-loving country. We have so many festivals. Like, the people are just very passionate. Our favorite places to play usually are in South America and in our home, because we have just such a big culture of having fun and giving everything in these shows. So I find it very funny that globally we are not recognized of having like the biggest rock bands in the world. You think of many other places first, but when you ask any rock band, like, what is like the place where people just like really love rock and they're just so energetic, and it's usually Latin America.
Yeah, so I can answer actually. It's because we are same kind of people.
Yes, very similar. Yes.
And talking about your new album, Can Be Fair, which is out on next June. So what can you tell us about it? And anticipation.
We're
except
very
for the
excited.
singles.
Yes, we're gonna keep releasing singles, and the album is out June 28th. It's called Keep Me Fed. We wrote and recorded this album last year in between tours, so it was a very different process. It was very chaotic, we were literally coming off of month-long tours to, okay, we have a week and we need to write and record. So it was just very insane, but I feel like the songs are just so genuine in a way that we didn't have a lot of time to live with them. We had to love them in that moment and record them and love how they sounded there, because we knew we didn't have time in the future to like fix it or change something. It was like, it has to be perfect right now. So having that objectivity in mind, not only ourselves, but the people we were writing with and working with or collaborating with, it was just such a different process, but we're very happy with how it turned out.
Very honest music, that's what you're gonna see.
And we've been playing the new songs live, and it's so insane to feel that change in our music. You can feel it, you can see it. It's just such a big step forward, and we're very excited to share that full body of work with everyone this June.
And How Do You Call It Dream, which is in our top 20, as I told you, is basically about his life on tour, which is like insane. So what are the up and downs of being on tour, being on the road?
Yeah, you know, what we wrote this song about exactly is touring. And it's because you go through so many emotions of being on stage and feeling all the energy of the people and being like super, super happy, to them being like, oh my God, my body doesn't work and I have to like sleep in a tiny like little place. But everything is always that so moving. There's a lot of emotions and there's both of them like at the same time. But we love doing this, and it's like literally that's what we live through. We try to express.
It was a little outlet to let out the we're tired part, because we can always really appreciate the good things of a tour, and it is like we have very little time to process anything else.
Right.
So it's with these outlets like our music where we get to express it, and it's very nice to see. Like, I'm pretty sure all of our fans don't tour, like they're not a touring band, but they can find ways in which this song applies to their own experiences of their own life.
Yeah.
And I feel like having that push and pull, having really good emotions and kind of not so good emotions in the same situation is a very universal experience.
And at the same time, as you were saying about the album, maybe it can put you in a situation where you can function better, actually, for recording an album, because you're under pressure, right? And you need to, it's now or never, you know?
Yes, it has to be very precise.
You don't have time. It takes you to a different place where you hadn't, explored before. So yes, it's definitely very cool.
And talking about touring, you played with Muse and Foo Fighters and huge acts like that. It is something that maybe directly or not that teach you as a musician and as a human.
Yes, for sure. You learn so much just from watching them do their thing, and not only them but their whole team.
Yeah,
it's an impressive team of a lot of people,
and it's such an honor to be part of like a machine like that, because you're really just being led into a little part of their world and participating for a little while. And not only do we learn as human beings and as musicians, but like our whole crew, we just grow so much. We usually talk about it like after these tours, we have so many ideas on how to make our own touring better and tighter and more productive and kinder to the people that are working in it and that are visiting the tour as well. So there's always just so much to learn from these bands.
And what is the most surreal moment you experience going touring with bands like that? Your memory?
Oh, so many. There's a lot. But I feel like our first ever show in Europe was a 60,000 people stadium for the Muse tour.
Yes.
And it's insane to think about. We had never played
on the other side of the world. Now we're there and we're with Muse, our idols, and 60,000 people who we had never, like, it was just culturally different and everything. And opening that door for us in that way, it was just surreal. We're super grateful.
How was the reaction of the audience for you?
Great.
It was awesome.
It
was rewarding after the show.
And I feel like it was very shocking as well when we would say that we were from Mexico. They're like, what?
Where are you here? But it was very cool to get to know those cultures and like just the audience and how people react differently in other places of the world, and seeing how it doesn't matter where you're from, like music really just connects us all.
Yeah, and that's why actually, you have songs both in English and Spanish.
Yes.
So it is because you want to bring your culture abroad. It is for your local audience. It is you.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. We actually never really thought about because it's gonna be better for our careers, or it's just like we really love our language. We admit that it's a lot more difficult for us to write in Spanish because it's a very tough language. It's a language to write in. But we love our language, and we like to include it as much as we can in our project.
And there's just such a personal part about sharing that culture with people, and like sharing it internationally with people who don't specifically speak Spanish. But it is when we're traveling and like here, like this is our first time in Italy, and I'm very excited to see how people will sing the Spanish songs here today. Because sometimes we go to places where people don't clearly wouldn't have to speak Spanish and like for no reason, and they're just singing these songs on the top of their lungs. They don't even know what they mean, but they're participating in our culture, and that is just such a beautiful thing to share.
Maybe for us it's quite easier.
Yes, it's similar.
It's similar. It's a bit similar. And let's just talk about family, because I mean, it's not always that easy. I mean, to be sisters. I mean, in the rock and roll history, we have a lot of samples. So I was it, and then you bring your parents too.
Yes.
I will never go to with my parents. It's just, anyway, I was it. It is in a way is something that helps you. I mean, it's like being safe.
Yeah, it's very reassuring for sure. And since we started doing this since we were very small, we also kind of like learned how to grow up like that, you know, working as a family. Our parents are part of our team, and they've always been our biggest supporters. So, of course, we're super grateful to have them around, and just, we have learned how...
It's a thing of patience and respect and understanding more than anything. Because I feel like we always say communication is key, but understanding is the key to communication. Because if you cannot put yourself in the shoes of your sister or your mother or your father, it is very hard to make things work. And it is with this dynamic that we have as a family that when we start working with our team, which has become like our extended family, they're literally with us all the time, and they're the people that we see the most in the year, we have that same family dynamic. And it is just so much more comfortable to work that way. It is better for everyone emotionally to just have that mindset of, hey, we're all on the same team and we all want the same thing. Let's just be really kind to each other and keep working. Yes.
Okay, so thank you, girls. Good luck with everything.
Gracias.
And so see you tonight and in Bologna
Yes.
in July.
Yes.
And,
Thank you very much.
And next time, if you want to pass by our red station, we are there.
Oh, we would love that.
If we manage to get the logistics.
Yes. Yes. Gracias.
Thank you.
Radiofreccia. Libera. Come